Real karate training is hard work. Listen to me and do exactly what I say or go back to Japan. You must be serious about training. You must challenge yourself. If you sweat and work hard every day, good results will come back to you. Let's begin. This is a USA Oyama Karate Perfect Karate video. Although we cannot include all the basic techniques of Oyama Karate in this video, we will cover the most important training points. If studied closely, this video will improve your karate skills. We will begin with various types of training postures. Left foot front fighting stance for a right-handed fighter. Right foot front for a left-handed fighter. It is important that your fighting posture is appropriate for your body and type, allowing you to move in a natural and graceful way. You need to think about your hand and shoulder positioning. Also the distance between your feet, so you can easily kick, punch, block, and move in a natural way. Your posture shows your character and personality. The best position is to put your strongest hand and foot back, similar to a pitcher in baseball or a tennis player. Closed fist. If you make your fist tight, you'll have an aggressive feeling, and this is an attack position. Open hand position is for blocking and counter techniques, which allow you to create different angles for fighting. If you put most of your body weight on the front foot as you fight, your momentum will force your opponent off balance. When most of your body weight is on your back foot, you are in a defensive posture. This way you can more easily counterattack when your opponent initiates punch or kick techniques. Fighting body position for kicking techniques. Your feet should be less than shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. Relax your knees, ankles, and toes. The most important point of footwork is which type of step works with which type of technique. When you block, punch, kick, or counter, you need to know what footwork to use. Footwork creates a foundation for kicking and punching. Okuriashi is a forward or backward sliding motion. When you move forward or back, keep the same foot front and do not change your body posture. Okuriashi can be a cautious, forward movement which brings you closer to your opponent without opening your middle section, or a way of safely moving backwards. Fumiashi is a slide step motion which reverses your foot position as you move forward or back. Fumiashi requires a fast dynamic action. If you move slowly, you will leave yourself open to attack. Kosa, or switch step, is a swift dynamic movement which reverses your foot position without changing the distance from your opponent. The purpose of this movement is to confuse your opponent by changing from right to left or left to right foot front. By doing footwork drills with a partner, you can develop an understanding of the movement and timing of combinations, not just individual stances and fighting techniques. With this type of training, you put all of the elements of fighting, such as technique, angle, distance, and timing together to fit your body type. You must practice the 3 basic footwork techniques: slide, step, and switch at different angles and going backward and forward. Strikes. Seiken is punch. It is the essence of life, the essence of karate. Seiken can be a knockout punch or it can be used defensively to stop an opponent's advance. Beginners usually make these kinds of mistakes. Watch carefully. Mistakes are demonstrated first, followed by correct techniques. Mistake number 1, stiff shoulders. Don't put your power in your shoulders. Stay relaxed. Body leaning too much with your movement. Stay relaxed but control your upper body movement. Open or loose fist. You must make a tight fist. Squeeze your pinky finger, squeeze your thumb. Elbow waving to the outside. Your elbow must slide next to your body, behind your fist. Hikite. When punching or blocking, hikite is the pulling back motion of your reverse hand. This movement should be equally as strong and quick as your block or punch. Keep in mind that the power and speed for your punch comes from your legs. If your ankle, knee, waist, and shoulder are combined with a strong hikite, all the power from your legs will come through your punch or block. This is the way to develop strong and dynamic technique. These are some different training combinations you can practice on your own. These are all natural movement combinations. One-two punch combination. Kick, then punch. Punch as counterattack before your opponent can finish his technique. Block, then punch. Mawashi-uchi is a roundhouse punch. If you want to use this or any other technique more effectively, try faking another technique first, then attack. Roundhouse punch can be used to break your opponent's hand position to set up different techniques. Here are some examples. Kimiwaza, one-punch knockout. Stewaza, fake roundhouse punch to set up another technique. Kugushiwaza, break your opponent's hand position. Nabewaza. Step and take down your opponent. Irugeko. Basic step and punch, step and block training. Horseback stance, roundhouse punch combinations. Fighting stance Mawashiuchi with combinations. Mawashiuchi combinations with Kiriwaza kick techniques. Block, then roundhouse punch, followed by hook and takedown.
受けから回し打ちでかけて投げる。
After you train by yourself, then train with a partner. Work on setting up a roundhouse punch with different techniques. Try setting up with straight punch or even an outside to in block. Also try changing your stance, switch, step, skip. Since Mawashiuchi is an outside technique, make an opening by starting with an inside technique, or fake outside and follow with an inside technique. Your fake has to be good, so your opponent commits himself to a block and gives you an opening. Practice these techniques with different footwork. Fake straight punch with a step in and roundhouse punch, or switch with outside to in block and roundhouse punch. Or try straight, then slide in with roundhouse punch. Or try straight punch, then slide in with roundhouse punch. Then try inside low kick to throw your opponent off balance and finish with roundhouse punch. Now train with a partner. Start out slow and careful. Practice different punches and combinations with various types of footwork, creating new angles of movement and different timing. Once you become comfortable, pick up the pace of your training and add power. Furyuchi, or hook punch. Hook punch looks like Mawashiuchi, but is a smaller movement with a closer, sharper angle to the body. Hook punch is thrown at a 90-degree angle to your body. You must twist your waist and bend the knee to be effective. Hook punch is used mostly as a finishing punch, or kimiwaza, not as a fake. Practice the following combinations in fighting stance: double hook punch, middle low high combination. Outside to in, followed by low middle high, or low high middle combination. block, hook punch, knee kick combination. And a low roundhouse kick, elbow strike, hook punch combination. Here are some demonstrations using Furiuchi as a finishing technique. Straight punch sets up triple hook punch combination. Block roundhouse kick and push opponent off balance, then hook punch to the kidney and head. Stop opponent with front kick, then straight punch, hook punch combination. Now we will study uppercut and hammer punches. Shitazuki, uppercut punch from down to up. Tetsui, hammer punch from up to down. Hammer punch and uppercut punches are only effected when your opponent's body is bent slightly forward because the punches move in a vertical direction, down to up or up to down. If he's standing straight, you can't hit him at a good angle. If he's bent forward, though, you can hit him with these techniques. It's just like with straight punch. You can't hit your opponent squarely if he's at a 45-degree angle. To punch with an uppercut, pull your opponent's body forward, then use uppercut. Same with hammer punch. Here are some ways to use uppercut and hammer punch. If your opponent spins you off balance, you can use a side hammer punch. Or you can grab his front hand and pull his body forward. First practice uppercut and Sanchin Dachi. Then drill in horseback stance with step forward and back. And also in fighting stance combinations with blocks. Finally, fighting stance combination drills with kicks. Follow the same sequence with hammer punch. First, Sanchin Dachi front hammer punch, then side to side. Then in Zenkutsu Dachi, practice side and vertical hammer punch with step forward and back. Also side to side in horseback stance. Then do fighting stance drills, first with punch combinations, then with blocks and kicks. Practice uppercut and hammer punch with a partner. Note that uppercut and hammer punches are both used at close distances and almost always as knockout punches, not as fakes to set up other techniques. When you train with a partner, start slow, graceful, and with control. Hijiyuchi. Hijiyuchi is an elbow strike. With a small motion, pull your wrist in and push your shoulder and elbow out. You can practice Hijiyuchi in horseback stance using both Hijiage, down to up elbow strike, and Hijiate, side elbow strike. Be careful to use your upper body without losing your balance. Next, in fighting stance, use front punch and elbow strike. Combinations. When training with a partner, practice by using a punch to set up an elbow strike, and also a kick to set up an elbow strike. Hijiyuchi, elbow strike, can be used after you break opponent's hand position. Here, a block and knee kick are used to set up elbow strikes. Also, blocking a roundhouse kick can set up an elbow strike. Each technique we have gone over has a specific angle. If you punch straight, your opponent's body should be perpendicular. If your opponent is standing at a 45-degree angle, it is hard to connect with a straight punch. You can fake to make your opponent alter his body position and give you the correct angle for the technique you want to use. So to make an opening for an uppercut, you can fake to get his guard up. And to set up a roundhouse punch, you can fake a straight punch first. To set up a hammer punch to the head, you can use a front foot low kick to make him lose his balance. One technique sets up a combination. Also, a combination can set up one technique. This is also true with blocks. Blocks set up attacks. You have to move. When you practice with a partner, don't stay in one position. In the beginning, each technique is difficult. With practice, you will become more skillful, and they will come to you more easily. Same with combinations. Once you get good at 3 technique combinations, you'll be able to build on them and make one continuous 4, 5, or 6 technique combination. Your personal techniques will come up naturally, without thinking, as a result of continuous hard training. You have to learn how each of your opponent's techniques changes your fighting stance. Your stance determines which combinations you can use in counterattack. This knowledge will help you develop a fluid and relaxed fighting stance that will enable you to make effective counterattacks.
その上で柔らかな立ちからそれぞれの技の変化に応じたコンビネーションに入る稽古を行ってほしい。
まっすぐ入るように見せかけて横から真ん中と中から外から中
You have to learn how to counterattack after you block, and how to control your opponent after you block. Blocks are not only defense, blocks are also attacks.
受けが相手を倒すスタートである。膝受け。
It's fighting position. How make change his your hand or weight, shoulder position, weight position. That's important part. So I want to punch his face and I want to move this one. I want to move it. So we'll go back my point. Right? Yes. You understand? Yes. Because he changed the fighting style.
When your opponent makes a block, his stance changes. When you initiate attack, don't start out with a big technique like roundhouse kick or back spin kick. You should begin with a smaller technique so you don't give an opening.
だから腰から下を受けるには手で受けると必ず手が下がるからね腰が入ってたとしても力強い蹴りだとか力強い突きがね受けたとしてもそのまま崩されちゃうそうだろだから腰から下はほとんど手をつかないで
Never block a below the waist technique with your hand because it will put you off balance and leave your head open. When someone attacks you below your belt, block with your legs, not your hands. Block with your hands and you're finished.
人生終わりだよで You know what I mean? Too much like worry about your foot, then block it like that. He's dead. Because too much face like that. You know what I mean? Kick it, little bit pain. That's much safer. Then you can attack them and I win.
If your basic style is defensive and conservative, or if you're using a more aggressive style, either way, you want to make your opponent change his stance and lose balance. Once you let your opponent break your stance, you're finished.
相手を誘ってやる組み手でも中に入る組み手でも先に捨て技使っていく組み手でも相手の構えを先って崩していかないとダメだよだから自分の構えはどんどん崩してダメだよそしたら終わりだよ分かるなはいよしよし
内から外へ
Uchiuke, or middle inside to out block. Squeeze the elbow of your blocking hand to your body, then block.
受ける腕の脇を
The muscles in the blocking edge of your arm should feel solid when you block.
受ける腕と同じ側の肩と肘をしっかり決める
When your opponent is using a closed fighting stance, you can break his body position with an inside to out block if you fake to the outside first to make an opening and then go inside.
体ぶつけなきゃダメだこれも中途半端でこう入るとこの手があるからいくら受けたとしてもね
Once you have an opening, drop your weight a little and make your body more compact. When you move in on your opponent, don't hesitate. Move in before he has a chance to defend himself. Keep moving forward. Make contact and keep your opponent off balance. Set your feet. If you're off balance in your fighting stance, you can't win.
Don't make easy. Don't make partner easy. Okay? Now, take the line. Okay? Take your line. Use both hands. Go!
We just did an attack on the inside. Now we'll do the opposite. Fake inside and attack outside.
Is that right? Let's go. Let's go!
Defending against an outside attack with an outside-to-in block is very difficult. You can do it, but it's very hard for most people. It feels very unnatural. So if the attack comes from the outside, block in the reverse direction, inside to out. Inside to out, inside to out. Your block will work best if it is at a 90-degree angle to the attack. When you make a block, don't put your weight on your back foot. Don't lean back. If you do, your opponent can use all sorts of attacks, back fist, front kick, whatever. So when you block, try to keep your weight forward. Your body position reflects the way you feel, so keep an aggressive stance. Block, then punch after. That's the most simple technique. Also hook, then push. Then after you can do whatever you want. Against roundhouse kick, you can stop him with a front foot front kick if you're quick and your balance is good. Always put your weight forward. Don't wait and block all of your opponent's techniques. Block the first one and counterattack right away. If you wait for the second and third technique, you'll be too late. Interrupt this combination. Remember, your opponent isn't stupid. When you punch, he punches. When you sweat, he sweats. Roundhouse kick comes, block and punch right away. Let's go.
Sure.